Next up for Fan Fridays, we have a battle from Hangman's Swing Set. So this guy actually has a YouTube channel. You should go and check it out. Does some like Pokemon as well as miscellaneous gaming and stuff. So I don't even know what to expect anymore, guys. Like, I just recorded the next two Fan Fridays, so this should be the third Fan Fridays if I get everything lined up. Like, this is the nuttiest Fan Fridays week, and I've only recorded 3 so far. So now there's a Sunflora, there's a Smeargle next to a Farfetch. The opportunities here are absolutely endless, so we're just gonna watch it go. And that means we're gonna see a stick on the Farfetch from that Frisk, as the opponent starts to set up a Swords Dance on the Weavile. So Dark Void comes in, free. If the opponent's just gonna let that happen, setting you up in front of Smeargle with the Dark Void, not really much you can do about it. There will be an avoid for the Gourgeist, as this Farfetch has Simple Beam. Wait, Farfetch gets Simple Beam? Okay then. Like, we already saw Simple. I think we saw Simple Geomancy not too long ago. But there we go. Your Dark Void into Simple Geomancy. And now stats get absolutely crazy, especially when you get that Power Herb. So in one turn, you go absolutely nuts. Plus 12 on those stats, and there we go. So special attack, drastic, special defense, and speed, all at ×3. And the Simple Beam also going to hit the Gourgeist, because, and there's a Leech Seed from the Gourgeist. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out how bad it's going to get for that Gourgeist. If you're using Simple Beam on the opponent after they've already like shown their Frisk and stuff, like, that's not something that needs to be shut down. Unless there's something that I'm not anticipating here. Also, Smeargle with it. Wait, the Simple Cotton Guard, that's going to be a +6. Okay, and Farfetch is going to psych it up just because. Oh, wow. So that means not taking any damage from any sources. The Weavile has State of Sleep, which does work out pretty well. But how crazy is that? So Dark Void, I was about to say, where's the Baton Pass? Like, Smeargle, he isn't going to care about this for himself. And then we're going to Baton Pass into the Sunflora. Alright, now Sunflora is sitting on like +18 right now. So some of the craziest stats ever. It doesn't matter though, because we're going to get those mad crits off of the Air Cutter. So Air Cutter is actually a special attack that hits both opponents, I believe. It is special. I know it hits both. And it has an enhanced critical hit ratio. So Farfetch'd, going to get Stab on the split, always critting because it has the stick, and the setup is working right there. Going to wake up into the Ice Shard on the Sunflora. That's actually a lot of damage after you go onto the +6, but Sunflora has the Earth Power, and Earth Power is going to be used to absolutely eliminate that Infernape. So, oh yeah, we do have to remember that there was a Swords Dance from earlier. So, Weavile has a pretty solid advantage by comparison than hitting like super effective hits. So, Sunflora will survive this one. Farfetch has the Simple Beam. So, going to use that Simple Beam just to get rid of that pressure for some reason. I mean, yeah, that works. And then Sunflora can Giga Drain. That has to be a one-shot. After all that we've seen out of the Geomancy, that will be a good enough boost to Sunflora's health, so it will be able to survive. Which means, yeah, there's the Ice Shard, and then Weavile, and then stuff happens. Farfetch, just spamming the roost. I guess this is all about wanting Sunflora to shine. And that's why Weavile couldn't not use Ice Shard. So if he goes for like an Ice Punch or something, yes, it will lead to more KO scenarios, but if Sunflora decided to just look at the Weavile, it would die. Also, same with the Farfetch. So I guess that's just, you know, you want the Sunflora to pick up all the kills right there. And let's go into the next battle. Alright, it's the same team, but the opponent has some legendary Pokemon this time. It still is on the free battle, but we'll see what happens, like, against the Arceus. As long as Smeargle survives, that's like the really tricky part, because you just can't, you have to survive something. Like, Smeargle isn't sitting on Focus Sash. It does have to get off that Dark Void, and then there has to be enough for that Simple Beam. But once that happens, game's over. So the Arceus is going to be going for the Will-O-Wisp onto the Farfetch'd right there, and Smeargle's just going to get that Dark Void, outspeeding the Audino. So that does help quite a bit, that you are going to be faster than the Audino. And Farfetch is going to be a special attacker. Oh! Arceus avoids the attack. That's going to make things a little spicy right there. So, the Simple Beam onto Smeargle It's like, is that something you still take onto the Geomancy? So, Audino's going to be asleep. Looks like it went for the Protect. That's not really going to do much of anything. Oh, wait, no. Oh, never mind. It never got a chance to move. After seeing the Simple, I got crazy. Now into the next turn. Arceus going for that double team. Shenanigans spam right there. And then Smeargle is going to go for the Geomancy. Geomancy absorbing that power and getting the crazy stats off. So, boom. +4 special attack, special defense, and speed. Now it speeds everything. Now goes for the crazy damage. Also, I just like the Cotton Guard tech. Like, after seeing the simple Smeargle, like, yeah, the Cotton Guard really brings craziness to the table. Because, like, Cotton Guard's one of the few +3s in the game. It's like Cotton Guard, Tail Glow. And I think that's really all that counts for, like, Raw Drastic. So, yeah, you go simple into Cotton Guard, and that's going to be a +6. Think about this for other Pokemon. It is my thought that if you have a simple strategy, find a Pokemon that gets Cotton Guard, and it can do really shenanigan things. So that's going to be the Air Cutter. Getting solid damage, guaranteed crits right there. Going to be able to two-shot the Arceus. Arceus then converts into the Will-O-Wisp on the opponent. Or not the opponent, just onto the Smeargle. And Audino stays asleep. So once the sleep happens, like, Audino's not really doing much of anything, and Farfetch can just go and pick up this game and then carry it all the way. So Smeargle going to set up that Baton Pass. Now we are going to go into the Sunflora, which will be crazy, and yeah, Farfetch, like, just hits everything. So, I mean, it's not, like, this is such a good dual threat comp. Also, doesn't Air Cutter have, like, weird accuracy? This Arceus, oh yeah, I was about to say, this Arceus is avoiding so much, but did throw out the double team earlier. So that's working out, and also has the Cosmic Power. So really wants to be untouchable and just take no damage at all. So now it'll actually be able to survive the Air Cutter when it lands, and the opponent is now going to go into the Lugia. So you can't hit it with the Earth Power. Farfetch throws out the Simple Beam, might as well kind of take away that pressure ability. Not multi-scale, at least. So no hidden ability of Lugia right here. As Sunflora throws out the Giga Drain, Arceus is going to miss and only has Recover. What is that Arceus set? Recover, Cosmic Power, Will-O-Wisp, Double Team. Just burn to win. It won't die ever. So Farfetch does have the Roost. It will be able to get tanky. And against a Pokemon like Lugia, really not too much to worry about because it should be a special attacker. So the Giga Drain does land on the Arceus, and that's about half right there. But we'll get another double team. I mean, even after the Air Cutter landing, I would just kind of ignore it because it really doesn't have too much threat. So Lugia throwing out the Hyper Voice, trying to hit both opponents, not really getting too much damage down. That's what happens after all of the craziness on the Geomancy, and Farfetch going to throw down the Air Cutter. Oh, wait, never mind. Cosmic Power doesn't matter because you got the crits, right? So close damage, ever so slightly, not enough, but there should be enough focus where Arceus will go down before it gets a chance to recover next turn. What? What? Wait, I am so confused right now. So, back up, freeze frame. The opponent was playing for the Psych Up all along, but decided to not Psych Up the opponent, like the Farfetch'd and the Sunflora, because they have the crazy stats. But the Arceus also has some pretty solid stats. Like, Arceus has evasion and defenses. Do you take those, or, like, do you take the evasion, I guess is the question. Do you prefer the evasion, or do you want the max? Actually, not even, okay. So this is like a really weird call on who you Psych Up, because you're going for the +4 special defense and +4 special attack, which would be more damage in the long run, but Arceus only had, like, Arceus doesn't need the +6, or Lugia doesn't need the +6 on defense. We're looking at both opponents right now because they're using special attacks. So, what is that, 3 Cosmic Powers and all the double teams and stuff? It actually makes sense to, like, Psych Up the Arceus because you want the evasion over having the Cotton Guard. So this Arceus is, like, just set up. This Arceus isn't meant to do damage. It's meant to be a 120 hit point, 120 defense, 120 special defense beater that you can just kind of Will-O-Wisp offensive threat, set up the Cosmic Power, and then just do this stuff with. But it doesn't matter because the opponent's strategy is actually making sense. Like, at first I was worried. I'm like, oh man, everyone is going to hate this. Everyone is going to hate this because, oh, the opponent looks like a noob. But the opponent actually has the setup. But of all the things for this Farfetch'd to carry, the air cutter is actually like one of the coolest things to work out because it's critting. So all the defense boosts don't even matter when it comes to Lugia. And now Lugia just gets installed out. We do have to worry about the double team. But yeah, the opponent's team is actually really neat. And if Gardevoir has Psych Up, that could take it to the next level. Like, if it's really just a Psych Up team based off of the Arceus compared to a Psych Up team based off of the Smeargle, that's something. But the air cutter means that the defenses don't matter. And Gardevoir is going to take a huge hit right there. Sunflora with the Sludge Bomb. Gardevoir doesn't even get a chance to attack. We'll never know. But I mean, that would be so creative. Also, I think Gardevoir would benefit from the opponents more because you need that special attack speed and special defense. So, Lugia just going to roost it up because even with all the stats on the Farfetch'd and Sunflora, you can only take their damage so far. So Lugia can effectively, like, stall it out forever. I'm wondering why Sunflora's going for the Giga Drain, though. Like, Sludge Bomb would be the way to go. Maybe get a Poison down on there. But the opponent is going to forfeit, and I have no idea what I just watched. And there's even a Ninetales. Like, does Ninetales have Psych Up? How did this battle happen? Like, when the Lugia showed the Psych Up, everything changed. It was all good. And then the opponent's strategy actually pulled through. The opponent's strategy not as bad as it seemed like it would be. So we have all kinds of Psych Ups. We have all kinds of stat sponges. Guys, go out and be inspired and submit more for Fan Fridays. That was Sunflora and Farfetch'd doing work, guys. I will be disappointed if I see nothing less. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll hope to see you guys in the next Fan Fridays.